a slew of cars that he's trying to work his way up to. Going to go on the low side to see if he can get under the 22 of Keselowski.
This car is working so good today. It's just so frustrating for him having all these problems on pit road.
You're talking about pit road, the 27 car, Greg Biffle. They're using Jack Roush's pit crew on this particular team. I was talking to the guys earlier, and Andy, a couple guys from the team, the catch can man and a gas man they're using, but the rest of them are Roush guys.
Now, how about Allgaier right here now? He's having a great run on the right side of your screen, passing Carl Edwards.
And on the left side, you've got Kevin Harvick duking it out with Biffle as he gets around him. That is for 6th position. And here comes Brad Keselowski also to take over a spot. But Biffle says maybe not quite this soon. Boy, Allgaier looking good right now, up into 3rd position. Remember, he led this race last year. These two still going side by side. Great race.
They've been locked together, seems like, since the last time they pitted.
And it looks like he's going to finally clear him. So move Keselowski into 7th, move Biffle back to 8th. And while this action continues, let's check in with Dr. Jerry Punch. He's caught up with Michael McDowell.
Yeah, back in the garage, Marty, and Michael's been over to apologize to Danica Patrick's team. Michael, what happened?
Well, we had a flat early on in the race, and the car got tore up pretty good, and we were just trying to get some points and get back out there. And I guess she was coming out on new tires, and the closing rate was so much. I tried to give her the outside. I sort of committed to it, and she dove to the bottom, and I closed the door. It's completely 100% my fault, and I hate it for everyone at Junior Motorsports and everyone on the GoDaddy car. And you know, it's like I said, I take 100% responsibility. It's just the closing rate was so much that there wasn't a whole lot of time to make a decision.
As they say, guys, that's racing.
Well, and a nice job of Michael just saying, hey, it's my fault, let's move on.
Hey, Marty, he said one thing about points. You know, I'm going out there for points. You got to be in the top 30 after race 5 is over to be locked in. And I'll tell you, we're at race 3 right now. They can't afford to make a mistake.
Check out Allgaier now. He's going for 2nd with Brian Vickers. He's got his car hooked up.
They are toe-to-toe, as you also saw Harvick get around Denny Hamlin, moving him up to 5th. Let's get an update on the 12. Dave Burns.
Justin Allgaier told me this weekend, Marty, that the hardest part for him has been entering turn 1 because he likes to drive it in very, very far into the corner, and that's one of the bumpiest portions of the track. They make significant suspension adjustments to the car that allowed him to drive through there, and as he takes 2nd place, they've overcome the issues, and Justin's on his way.
Well, he finished 8th here last year. It was his first of 14 top 10 finishes in the 2009 season, on his way to Rookie of the Year honors. And as we look in right now, you still see a great battle between two guys that have a lot of history. Denny Hamlin in the 20 and the 22 of Brad Keselowski.
You see Keselowski now trying to make a move. Denny Hamlin's car has not been as good this run.
Well, they're going too fast right here, Andy, to rough each other up.
Got more contact into the wall. It is the 6 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And this is the last thing he's needed, because Stenhouse had some problems
right side tires on it and get him
earlier this season in our other 2 races.
Okay, crew chief, you going to pit now?
Yeah, it's still a weather prediction. You know, it's going to be a tough call for some of these crew chiefs.
See if we can see what happened. He was running 15th at the time, just slides it up.
Got too high.
Oh.
We're about halfway through a run, so these leaders have to think about making a pit stop.
He was 36th at Daytona, 39th last week at California. They're looking for sponsorship, and like I said, this was the last thing that team needed.
Yeah, I think I'd have to pit this car right now, these leaders. I mean, I'd hate to get stuck out there with, you know, this thing running green flag, and these guys have to pit under green. And I'm sure they're thinking that. This rain, to me, looks like it's staying away.
They're all looking up the sky. They're trying to make a decision. There's Harvick's crew chief.
You think he's telling the pit crew to get it right or what?
It's been 32 laps since they all last pitted. So the question is, do you dare push it, thinking that the rain is going to come, or do you take the tires and the fuel and then you don't worry about it?
I think you go ahead and take your tires and fuel right now, because it looks like we're going to go green at least for a while.
Taking right sides only here.
Yeah, there we go. Right sides only. That's probably not a bad call. That's Jason Radcliffe talking to Kyle Busch.
But that's not what he was talking to us about doing when we were with him in qualifying today.
It's a little different situation. You see the leaders coming now.
Right sides only in fuel.
Well, we're going to find out who does what. Jamie, the whole herd is heading your way.
They sure are, led by our race leader, Kyle Busch. I'll tell you, it has gotten very windy down here and even colder. He said he just needs a little more help in the center. Going to go up just a tick more on the track bar. Right side tires only. This could be the money stop. Vince?
They've been talking a lot about the weather in the 60 pit, and they also are talking about their race car, which is just a hair tight across the center. 2 tires stop. Dave.
Justin Allgaier gives up second. Wedge free in, tight off. Wedge for Brian Vickers as well. 2 tires stop for him. 4 for Allgaier.
Well, we'll see if that pays dividends as the Nationwide Insurance Race Off Pit Road shows you that Edwards and Harvick pick up 3 spots each. So a good pit stop for Harvick. But Kyle Busch drops 4 positions while only picking up 2. And let's take a look and see what happened.
Yeah, 12-second 2-tire stop, not up to par. See, they come in here, they want to get in and out. They're changing these right sides. Have a little problem there on that right rear, getting it off.
So very costly for Kyle Busch as he comes back out onto the racetrack, and I guarantee you he is not a happy camper right now. We'll reset it. While we've got a moment, let's remind you that ABC's your home for NBA Sunday Showcase. First at 1 Eastern, it's Steve Nash leading the Suns against Tim Duncan and the Spurs. Then at 3:30 Eastern, top 2 teams in the West renew their rivalry. Nuggets battle the Lakers. NBA Sunday Showcase, Suns, Spurs, Nuggets, Lakers on ABC. And coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific with the GMC Sierra NBA Countdown. Well, I have to admit, folks, Rusty Wallace is hoping for a torrential downpour. And the reason is you see that 62 car sitting up front. And I know you're not saying a word. But
well, he's one of the gamblers now. He stayed out here. He's trying to gamble on the rain coming.
3 cars stayed out. Joe Nemechek and John West Townley. So they're your top 3. Then those that stopped, Carl Edwards 4th, Kevin Harvick 5th, Brian Vickers 6th, Brad Keselowski 7th, Kyle Busch in 8th position.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch is right. Let's go back and show you what happened on the pit stop.
This is a comparison. You can see right there that 4 seconds they gave up there on the left side, or the right side, when they changed right side tires, just killed them. Also, it's 4 spots.
Now the top 3 that stayed out last pitted on lap 105. We are getting ready to complete lap 122. So that gives you an idea just how much they have left in the tank and on the rubber. But here we go, back to green flag racing. And Carl Edwards is all over the back bumper of the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Here comes Vickers as well, and Kyle Busch. Boy, shot out of a cannon.
Not going to be back there long.
Restarts in 8th, and now he's up to 3rd.
Ooh, they're 3 and 4 wide down his back straightaway now. 3 wide into turn 3.
Keselowski looking on the low side as well in that 22. He's got Harvick right up above him, and notice the raindrops on our camera lens. So far, we're still green. Here goes for the race lead. At the stripe, Carl Edwards gets credit. 9 different leaders, 14 lead changes today. Kyle Busch, the defending series champion, up into 2nd.
Is Carl Edwards going to be able to make that car wide enough for a few laps here?
Vickers running in 3rd. Brendan Gaughan has faded back to about 5th. On board we go. Harvick coming up on Brendan back there. You can also see the 98 of Paul Menard in the mix. He is running in 4th. Remember when he was a lap down? That team has really rallied back as well.
A lot of gambles on that last pit stop. 2 tires, 4 tires.
Denny Hamlin going underneath Stephen Wallace. That is for position. That's the battle for 9th.
Now keep in mind, guys, if this thing goes the full distance, they still can't make it all the way.
That's right. Harvick looking to go underneath the Vickers for 3rd. We've got passing about 3 different spots all over the racetrack in the top 15. And again, you can see the water droplets on the lens of our camera.
Yeah, Marty, this is the only thing that makes this part of the race crucial right now is the rain, because like Andy said, you got to stop one more time. It's not money time yet.
But the laps at 30.1 seconds last time by for the race leader. So they're not saving anything because they know they can't afford to.
We see Kyle Busch now. He's trying to work over Carl Edwards. Carl's car looks really good right here, and he's got that clean air on the front of the car.
A little bit further back, that's just